the ordering cost. Meanwhile, if we talk about setup cost, right? If we talk about the setup cost will include the fixed cost associated with placing of an order for setting up a machinery, right? Suppose you want to set up the production line, you want to set up a whole new production line. So for that you need some machine, some plant, some infrastructure you need. So the cost of that setup will include in the setup cost before starting the production, right? This is associated only when the semi-finished product or some product whose inventory you want to maintain, that product will be made by your company only. So you need to increase the production, so you need a whole new setup. So that cost associated with setting up of a new system is your setup cost. So the setup cost is simple as that of the ordering cost. Setup cost will be number of setup, how much number of setup you want into cost per setup, right? Into cost per setup. So we can say that what will be the what various things which are included in the ordering cost. If we talk about in the ordering cost, that cost of the tender, right? Cost of the tender, cost associated with the processing, you need to process that order and you want to chase that order, then that chasing cost. Then you can say that the inspection cost, suppose you want to check the quality of the raw material, quality of the product which you want to order, then you need a quality check. So the cost associated with that quality check will also come in the ordering cost. Then the transportation cost, right? We can say then the transportation cost, if you want to that the inventory which is coming from one industry to the other industry, then the transportation cost with the you can bring that inventory, that raw material with the help of some trucks, right? Some transportation mechanism you want to use, then the cost associated with that transport mechanism will be coming in the ordering cost. So if I write here, this is important because in the question so many things are given, then you need to know, you need to analyze that what are the various things that are included in the orders, right? So if I write here that in the ordering cost, what are the various costs associated with the ordering cost? Ordering cost includes, you need to know that ordering cost includes first one, tendering cost. You need to process a tender, then tendering cost. Second, then we can say that placing the order, you need to place some order, then we can say cost associated with, if I write like this, cost associated with processing, right? You need to process that inventory, cost associated with processing and chasing of purchase, right? Once you place an order, then you have to chase that order so that it will reach to your industry on time, right? You need the inventory on your hand at time only, so that chasing cost. Third one, quality cost, quality inspection cost, right? Next we have transportation cost. Various costs are associated with the ordering cost, so you need to demarcate that which cost will be in the ordering cost, right? We will see all these with the help of some example, then you will get a better picture. Now we can say that the ordering cost is independent of quantity, right? It will not matter whether you order for one quantity or for 1,000 quantity. That you need to understand, right? The cost associated with the orders, right? If you want to buy 100 units or if you want to buy 1,000 units, right, that will not depend on your ordering cost. Ordering cost will not depend upon the quantity, because you need to place a tender for 100 also, you need to place a tender for 1,000 also, you need to transport for 100 also, you need a transport for 1,000 also. So that is important factor here. If I write that this ordering cost will not depend on number of units order. It will not depend upon number of units order. It will only a function of the number of orders. How much time you place a order, on that only the ordering cost will depend. Ordering cost will not depend upon your units or the quantity of the order. And we can say that it will directly depend on the number of order placed in a year. That is your thing for the ordering cost, and you have to remember that ordering cost will be equal to number of orders into cost per order. This will be the ordering cost, right? Now the next cost which are associated with the inventory is your holding or carrying cost, right? Now these costs are, this is, as the name suggests, it is holding or carrying cost, right? Now if you want to handle some inventory, if you want to store some inventory, to carry that inventory or to hold that inventory, some amount of cost will be associated, right? So it is a cost associated with storing or keeping and maintaining the inventory within the production system, right? Some of the costs which are associated with the inventory is, suppose for holding a inventory you need a storeroom, right? So in that storeroom you need some, suppose that material or the product whose inventory you are maintaining, that will require some insurance. So some insurance cost will be there, right? For you need to do some insurance for that product. Then depreciation cost, right? With time depreciation will be there, so that depreciation cost will be included in the holding or inventory cost. So we can say that in the holding or carrying cost, this cost is associated with that holding or maintaining that inventory. So in this cost, if I write in this cost, what are the various costs that are associated with the holding or carrying cost is, first one is you need to store, right? That storage cost you need to bear, right? What are the various storage costs? The rent of the storeroom, you need a watchman to keep an eye on that product. So all these costs are associated with the storage cost, right? You have to bear that storage cost. Then we can say that you need to bear the handling cost. You need to handle that inventory, so handling cost will be there, right? If suppose in your industry, in your production system, the inventory which you place in the storeroom, because of some reason there is some damage, so that damage cost will be there. Suppose some of the product will be broke, right? Some of the product will damage, so that damage and because of some time depreciation cost will be there. Depreciation cost, damage and depreciation cost. Then suppose you need to do some insurance, then this insurance cost will come in your holding cost or carrying cost. Sorry. So next is your insurance cost. Insurance cost. So these are the various costs which you need to bear to maintain a inventory, right? Insurance cost. So also to maintain a inventory, to manage some inventory, you already put some amount, right? You purchase that inventory with the help of some money, right? You you give some money to the some other fellow and you purchase that product. So that inventory which you are maintaining, right, some amount of money is already spent on that inventory. And if that inventory is, if suppose you are not maintaining that inventory, right, then the money which is used to purchase those inventory will be in your hand, and now that money is gone and now you have the product. So because of that you are losing some interest, right, some capital interest you are losing, because if the money is in your hand you can use it in some other way and you can use it in some other process, so from where you make some profit. So, and if not profit, you may earn some interest, some capital interest you may earn. So you are losing that interest because your money is locked up. Your money is locked up in maintaining that inventory, in purchasing that inventory. So you are losing the locked up capital interest. Locked up capital interest. Because if you put that money which is used to purchase those inventory, if you put that money in the bank, you will earn some interest, right? So you are losing that interest. So that is also coming in the holding or carrying cost. Now holding cost will be equal to your average inventory for a period. You need to know what is the, if we say we need to find what is the holding cost for a month. So for a month, what will be the average inventory you are maintaining? Just important thing is, here it is written as average inventory, not total inventory, average inventory, because during 1 month, suppose at the starting of the month you are maintaining 100 unit, right? But as a month will go, then you are using that inventory, right? There is a demand and you are using that inventory, and at the end of the month only 50 units you have, right? Only 50 units of inventory you are maintaining. So for that month, on an average 75 units you are maintaining. So you have to see the holding cost of 75 units, not of 100 units, because in 1 month 50 units will be used. So on an average you are maintaining the 75 units. So average inventory which are you are maintaining for a period into holding cost per unit per time, right? For how much time you are maintaining the inventory. This is the important, here we have time concept. So holding cost per unit for 1 unit per time, for how much time you are maintaining that inventory. So the holding cost will be more. If you are maintaining inventory for more time, then you have to bear the more inventory cost or more holding cost, right? So this is the holding or carrying cost. So holding or carrying cost, you need to remember this formula. This is equal to average inventory for a period into holding cost per unit per time. This is the holding or carrying cost. Now the last one is your shortage or stock out cost. Now last one is your shortage or stock out cost. Now shortage simply means the absence of inventory, right? Absence of inventory, and the loss associated with, this is loss, and loss associated with not serving the customer is termed as shortage or stock out, right? Suppose there is a demand, right, but you are not maintaining that much inventory, right? There is a demand but you are not able to fulfill it, you are not able to give the product at the right time. So if you have that inventory with you and you sold it as per the demand, then you can earn some profit. But now you don't have the inventory, you have the shortage of the inventory, you will be in stock out condition. Then the profit which you can make by selling a product, and now you are not selling that product, so that profit which you lost comes in the shortage or stock out cost, right? If the product will be with you and there is a demand, you can sell it and earn some profit. Now that profit will not be earned by you because you are not holding that much inventory because of shortage or because of stock out. Then that profit which you can earn will be a loss for you. Now you are not able to make that profit. So that is shortage or stock out cost, right? This, then we can say that it will include your potential profit loss, potential profit cost. If you have that product if you have that product, then you can earn some profit. Now this profit will be the loss for you, so it will be a cost, right? You have to bear that loss. Now suppose there is a demand and you are not able to fulfill it, but you can say to the customer that I can give you that product after 5 days in that much discount, right? Suppose you can offer a price of 20% less, right? You can say that I will give you that product after 5 days with a 20% discount. So that 20% discount will be a loss for you, right? When you have to bear to maintain the customer base, to maintain a relation with the customer, so you give a discount. So that discount will come in the shortage cost. So discount cost. Now if I say, suppose you don't have an inventory, but demand is there, so you immediately place an order to the other fellow and you told him that please send the material as soon as possible with the fastest mode available, right? So to bring that material from one industry to your industry with a fast transportation, now you need the product urgently, so you have to make the transportation faster. And now if the faster transportation, you are going for the faster transportation, then you have to bear that cost also. So in that case, the fast transportation cost will come into picture. Fast transportation cost. So these are the various costs which are associated with the shortage or stock out cost. You are not earning that profit, so that will be a loss for you. You have to give some discount, or for the fast transporting from one industry to your industry is come in the shortage cost. Now shortage cost will be equal to, if I write here, shortage cost will be equal to, if you need to find what will be the shortage cost, this will be equal to number of units short, how much units is short, number of units short, multiply by shortage cost per unit, right? Multiply by shortage cost per unit. So this will be the shortage cost. You have to remember this formula. This will be the shortage cost. Now shortage cost will be number of units short multiply by shortage cost per unit. So these are the 4 costs. First one is the purchase cost, that will be equal to, purchase cost is equal to number of units into cost per unit. Second is your ordering cost, that is number of orders into cost per order. Second one is your holding cost, that is average inventory which you are holding for a period of time into holding cost per unit per time. And fourth one is shortage cost, that is number of units short into shortage cost per unit. So these are the 4 costs which are associated with the inventory.